Hello and welcome back. So recently, like usual, I put up a poll on my community page on my YouTube, and people voted for a POV for softball photography. It didn't work out, so we had baseball at home as well. So I did a POV of covering baseball from the three different locations that I could shoot from during the tournament. I wasn't allowed to be in the dugout, as no one was allowed in the dugout, regardless if you were with the school or not. So I shot from the suites upstairs where they had a space for media, and then I shot behind the dugout, where everyone, or not behind the dugout, behind home plate, and then over on the first base behind the visiting dugout. I shot from there a little bit as well. So I'm just gonna let the footage roll, and you will see a burst of images from most of the video clips as it plays through. And you will see some of the photos are going to be edited a little more. They'll be a little cropped in compared to some of the other shots in the burst. And those are the ones that I had kept at that time. I'm still going through the images, so some of the ones that aren't fully edited in this video will be fully edited and sent off into the folder for the school. But for video purposes, you will see a difference in the burst where I cropped in a little bit or added a little more contrast or maybe a little vibrance when it comes to the turf or the jersey colors. But anyways, just keep that in mind that you will see a difference in the photo burst, and that's not because my settings are changing. That's because of my editing for some of those photos that I've already sent off to the school. So with that said, we're going to jump on in. you have it. That was a nice little POV from my day. I did shoot that with my Sony ZV-1F. I have this small rig connector to put it right into the hot shoe on the top of my R6, and I just stuck it in 4K, and I do have an ND filter on there to allow me to get the proper exposure and keep my shutter speeds close to proper. I pretty much have it running in auto just so I don't have to worry about this and I can focus on my job. So with that said, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. One thing I should mention is one camera had the 300 f2.8, and then the second camera had the 70-200. As I didn't need something ultra wide, considering I'm pretty far back in most of those situations since I couldn't shoot from our normal spot. So I stuck with the 300 and the 70-200. I set my aperture at f4 since we had plenty of light. That gave me a little more in focus, not so shallow on the depth of field. And you're still going to get that separation when you're at 200 millimeter or 300 millimeter if they're close enough to you. And then my shutter speeds were obviously pretty high since it was pretty bright. And then ISO, I was like 200 to 400 most of the day, depending on what way I was shooting. If I was shooting towards the dugout, I had to bump it up to 400 just to keep the shutter speed high. And then as they were out in the middle of the field, ISO 200 or even lower and a higher shutter speed. So with that said, I'd appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.